Good afternoon to all the dignitaries, senior members, Central Council members joining this virtual meet today on the emerging topic of tapping opportunities in accounting outsourcing globally, organized by the Committee for Development of International Trade Services and WTO of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Friends, I, CA Gaurav Agarwal from Amritsar, the city of Golden Temple, feel privileged for being the moderator of this CPE meeting. We have with us the galaxy of CA members along with our Central Council member, Shri Dheeraj Khandelwalji, who is the chairman of the Committee for Development of International Trade and Services. Central Council member, Shri Rohit Rovatia Agarwalji, vice chairman of the committee. Our guest speakers of the session, CA Arpit Bhargavji, CA Anjani Ladiaji, and CA Dhaval Paun. Moving forward, I would request our Central Council member, CA Rohit Agarwalji, to give it, who is the vice chairman of this committee, to give his welcome address. Rohit sir, please.
Thank you, Gauravji. Very good afternoon to all of you in the VCM on the very important topic, tapping opportunities in accounting outsourcing globally. On behalf of the Committee for the Development of International Trade, Services and WTO, it is my privilege to welcome our keynote speakers, CA Arpit Bhargavji, CA Dhaval Paun ji, CA Anjani Ladiaji, at today's session along with the CA Dheeraj Khandelwalji, the chairman of the committee, and CA Gaurav Agarwalji as a session moderator. As we all know, in the recent past, outsourcing has brought in a lot of business opportunities in India. From developed and developing countries, India is perhaps the biggest beneficiary of the outsourcing boom, and over the year has created a niche for itself in outsourcing along with accounting and finance services. A large majority of the foreign companies prefer to choose India when it comes to the outsourcing due to the presence multi-talented pool of afforded resources, timeliness and reliability. Here we are very important for. With increased demand, foreign accounting firms and corporate are looking for accounting outsourcing to India that offer a wider range of pool access to the talent, hassle-free deliveries to the client, faster turnaround time. It is a need of an hour for our member to upgrade their skill to serve the clients globally and open up new market avenues in their professional practice. Today, India's accounting outsourcing in the global market matches clients' requirement not only in the terms of price, but also in terms of skilled professionals, enhanced productivity, service quality, and business process excellence. In some cases, more strategic processes such as management accounting, budgeting, and forecasting, the financial analysis are being also outsourced. I hope today's virtual meeting would be helpful to all the participants, wherein our experts who are practically outsourcing their services in the area are here to guide us and support our members at large. Thank you all for joining us while inviting our chairman to carry forward the meetings.
Thank you, Rohit sir. Thank you for your welcome address. Going ahead, now I request our worthy Central Council member and chairman of the Committee for Development of International Trade Services and WTO, Shri Dheeraj Khandelwalji, to give his opening remarks and enlighten us on the topic. Dheeraj sir.
Thank you each and everyone. I welcome all the delegates over here, participants, and my all faculties, speakers. So it's a great program, which I can say it's a great opportunities for the chartered accountant in the outsourcing. And in last 2 years, which we have seen it to the COVID times, we currently doing the all outsourcing activities while sitting at home, and when we are working in the domestically, why not outsource outside India? So concept has changed now, which we are doing as of now also. Like in the COVID times, we used to be sit in the homes and working for the client digitally online. So now the most of the things being equipped from practicing level to handle their work on digital work and on remote basis, so we can work remotely. Now there's no difference at all in the digital era, whether it's outsourcing global or India. The only work is, what we are working in India, we are interacting with them and we are just working for them. Now, in the professional opportunity which I'm talking about, globally, means you have to acquire the client. The services will not be a problem with you because the infrastructure you have already created. Now, our three all panelists will discuss and talk on the various opportunities. People always, I have seen that, people have seen, what type of work which we can do it. Mostly people aligned with the accounts and finance work. They have thought that, accounting outsourcing can be done, and there are the different softwares are there. And people talk about, direct tax, tax return filing. They forgot there's an ample of opportunities in the management consultancy. Each and every area is can be outsourced. And when we talk about the outsourcing in the medical terms, or where outsourcing in the each and other area of the spectrum, and we can see it in our accounting, finance, and management consultancy side. Everything, every bit of working can be outsourced, because reason being that the developed countries have the skilled set of a requirement which need to be filled out, and which is not there, and which can be filled by the Indian chartered accountant with the technical sound. And the rate comparability, the rate what they charge in their local currencies and what we charge in India is a bit different, which we becomes a compatible for the outsourcing requirements. And this is the two main important aspects that are there. And we feel our chartered accountants are globally more equipped, because more than 30,000 chartered accountants are settled and residing in outside India, and they are providing their services as a chartered accountant. And why not our more than 3 lakh chartered accountant can provide such services of the account outsourcing services or various other services. And that is the need of the hour, to understand by each and everyone, we can provide these services where you are a capable person. In each area which you are working, you can provide your services to the world, not only in India, you can to the rest of the world. Only you need to equip yourself with the digital infrastructures. You need to develop your communication skills. You need to harness your local laws requirement. And the fourth point is the networking, which is more important. And I'm very happy to share all of you the Rohit Rovatia ji, who's a vice chairman, as well as I can say it's a shoulder to chairman to me. He suggested, why not we can came out a online portal to provide a networking, because we had a number of webinars and seminars, and from last 2 years when this committee is in existence as a WTO and as well as development of trade and services. But people are feeling, how we get the work. The only question comes each and everyone, okay, we can render these services, but I don't have any connection. And when we tell, social media is there to, serve you a better way and to connect with the LinkedIn, people is still, hesitating because they didn't find the time. Networking is important and get the work is important. Now we are on the preparation, and I can say it within a 3 to 6 months time, we will have a online platform to each and everyone, or those are willing to provide their global services to the world. And I can say that the ICI is banking on your expertise, and you can showcase your capabilities to the world. And we will definitely going to be ready with the 3 months time. And let's hope for the best. And we are organizing all such kind of seminars. This is today we're going to deliver the various opportunities, then highlighting on the accounting and finance field. Then Luxembourg also, we have the Anjani Ladia, he is the chapter chairman over there. So 3 eminent personalities are here. They will brief you the entire details of the outsourcing model, and let's have a free to ask any questions. I'm saying that whatever mind whatever the things in your mind, just let's put it down on the paper and post it to the ICI, and we have the Gaurav who's going to take the lead to solve all your queries with the all 3 eminent personalities. So friends, you have the 2,000 numbers over there, or who registered for this today program. I'm happy I wanted to see that, more than 200 or 500 people should take the benefit actually by coming out, providing the services. That means that, our purpose is going to solve. We wanted to see more and more people should emerge and take the benefit of the networking guidelines, which we came out, last year, networking with the lead firm. Prepare lead firm concepts and provide the services, invest the time, and take the things. There's huge opportunities out there. India's, government is also planning to raise this accounting or auditing services from India to $500 billion. So as of now, what we are contributing is $100 billion to the service sector. So $400 billion next 10 years. So means that the more and more opportunity going to be from the European country, EU, UK, and Australia. So take the benefit. I think that's way I want to communicate to you. Three all speakers are there to solve your queries. With this, wishing you a best learning experience, and hoping that you will come out with soon with your practice model on the global opportunity, global services. With this, thank you very much, and appreciate the Rohit what he has worked into this online model, and will serve the purpose to all people. With this, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dheeraj sir. Thank you very much. We are very grateful to you for your words of wisdom and also enlightening us the Institute's ideology on the development of international trade and services. CA Dhaval Paun ji. CA Dhaval Paun is a chartered accountant providing consultancy services to US clients remotely, mainly in areas of bookkeeping, Excel automation, Excel tools for business processes, and business consulting. He is a certified QuickBooks Online Advanced Pro Advisor and helps small and medium US businesses in achieving automation in bookkeeping in QuickBooks Online with third-party apps. He has delivered a lot of lectures on Excel as forensic tool and practice management for CAs and outsourcing services opportunities on various occasions. With this, I request CA Dhaval Paun ji to present his session. Please.
Thank you, Gauravji, for the introduction. Good evening, everyone. First of all, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, perfect. So first of all, I would like to thank the Committee for International Trade for inviting me to share my experience on this platform. Also, specifically thanks Sri Dheeraj Khandelwal for giving, planning such a good session, and the Rohit ji for giving so much values and suggestions. So, like our ICI is already doing, so much for this upcoming and new opportunities which are coming up. So it's good for us to take the benefit from these sessions. And thank you everyone for attending. All the attendees for sparing some time and attending this lecture. So let me first share my screen here. Okay, so you can see my screen, right? Yes. I think yes. Okay. So, in today's this short speech, I'm going to share my experience in how you can deliver value in finance and accounting outsourcing. I think that is the first and foremost services which we can outsource as a CA. We already have the knowledge of CAPE, generally accepted accounting principles. So as Arpit said rightly, one can start with one service and slowly from your existing client, they can try you for newer services. As Dheeraj ji also told in the introductory remark, that it's not just like finance or bookkeeping and accounting is the only thing which a client can outsource from the outside India. There are, the scope is vast. It as Arpit ji also told, various type of services which you can perform for your overseas clients. So right, but in this short speech, what I'm going to cover is the single most important aspect you should consider while delivering services to the overseas client. And it will not only help you to deliver services but also to acquire work. As Dheeraj ji rightly said, the number one question that comes into our mind is how you can acquire this work. So everyone must face this issue, right? Like we don't know how we can get that work. So that is the biggest take I want to cover through this session, while covering the delivering value in finance and accounting outsourcing. So before moving ahead to the best approach or best strategy you can follow, let me cover the most important uh, channels where you can find the clients to outsource your services. So first is the job boards. Like you will find a lot of job boards, like on the LinkedIn also you will find startups posting their requirements where they are looking for remote professionals to get on their board, right? So one thing is that uh, also there are startup communities like AngelList, Crunchbase, where you can connect with the clients. So first I'm covering quickly the outreach channels, and then I will give you the right approach which you can perform to acquire new clients, right? Second is social media. So when I say social media, it's again LinkedIn, YouTube. You can create informational videos on YouTube, or you can give latest updates on Twitter. A lot of things you can do to bring your online presence. Third thing you can do is creating content online, like writing a information article on upcoming changes, like uh, you know uh, when VAT was introduced in UAE, it was a good opportunity for CS to jump into that opportunity and get some clients, right? So you can create your online presence by writing content online. It can be like some platform like medium.com. It's a blogging platform, right? It can be LinkedIn. It can be your own blog, own website. So you can create some content to make your online presence. Fourth thing you can do is you can email the prospective clients which you may come across through referrals, or through conferences, or through some online activity. So you can send them across your profile, your services, and then you can take it forward. Fifth and most important part is the forums. Like I have done this a lot in my initial career in 2012. So I was in Excel, when I was having a very few clients, but I want to do some complex Excel work. I usually visit this Microsoft community, and in Excel, whatever is the question being posted by users in Excel field, I try to solve them. And believe me, friends, it will definitely give you some advantage, or some reference. uh, you can find clients in the forums as well. So in your area you should find some active community where you should participate regularly. Next thing you can do is PR activity. Like when it was introduced in UAE, I have come across like many consulting firm. They try to write guest articles on newspapers or blogs. uh, these are the PR activity which will give you some referrals or some client leads which you can convert later on for your outsourcing services. uh, Next is the conferences. That is the most important part. If you can attend any conference, like we already know that in November this year we will be having World Conference of Accountants, which happens every 4 years, and this time it's in Mumbai, hosted by our ICAI. So it's a good networking opportunity which you should consider. uh, and next is do some meetings with the client if you can, and pitch your profile, pitch your services. Now after giving you all these outreach channels, one must think about, like, we have already tried this channels, we have already tried these channels and we didn't get any leads, right? Or we also heard hear some from someone that this LinkedIn never works, this forums things, Quora thing never works. But the most important part which I was referring earlier, why it is not working for you, that I'm going to cover. And that is the most important aspect, whatever your outreach channel is. And that is to customize the your proposals. I would say whatever it is. If you are writing a blog article, if you are writing a content on the online, you should customize your outreach effort uh, according to the requirement of the client or according to the industry you are planning to serve. So that is what we are going to cover in the next slide. So assume this thing. You are you are you are proposing a client in any industry. Most of the time, like I have, like from my experience since 2014, I have like mentored more than 500 CAs. And what I've observed that the proposal is similar across industries. Like whatever industry they are submitting their proposals, maybe in email, maybe on job boards or any other outreach channel, they are writing the same copy paste proposal, which is great. I'm not like they are mentioning that we are chartered accountants, we are having this experience, etc., etc. So that is no doubt about the credibility. Like in India, if you just say that I am a chartered accountant, no other question is required from the client. But in this field where you are competing with the world, and the technology has changed so much that the traditional accounting approach is no more happening. Like it's not just that you are doing purchase, sales bills and expense vouchers, bookkeeping over here. The era has changed, the technology has changed. Every industry is different. They create, like they generate data from many applications. We need to integrate those applications with the accounting system and offer some solutions to the client. It's not our traditional accounting which we will generally observe in this outsourcing practice with this client. So to give you some example, let us quickly discuss some of the common industries which we will see in the outsourcing practice. The first is the real estate flipping business, where a client purchase a property, they improve it, and then they sell it, with a good profit margin. So in this business, the client would be more like looking for tracking the expenses based on the uh, property, like property-wise tracking of the expenses, right? So that is altogether a different requirement by the client, and we need to integrate we need to design the chart of accounts according to the requirement of the client. So in your proposal, you just advise the client that we are going to have this approach for you to solve your accounting needs, right? Just mentioning that I'm a chartered accountant will not give you so much result. It will rarely give you any result, I would say. So this is that. Next is like real estate rental business. It is more prevalent in USA. For example, in Airbnb, the client is having many properties. They are giving it on Airbnb on rental. So they are generating the data from Airbnb, HomeAway, etc. Right? And they also need a location-wise or class-wise tracking of their expenses to see the profitability of each unit they have. Right? So next is e-commerce stores. Like nowadays we have so much e-commerce happening. Like someone is selling products on Amazon or in Shopify store. So then they are having a huge volume of transactions. So we need to automate accounting for them. We need to integrate like Amazon with the, for example, QuickBooks or Zero or whatever software the client is using, right? So we need to offer some solutions approach to the client in our proposal. That is the key to success. That will create the trust with the client, that the you already know the requirement, you have the skills, and you can implement that approach actually for the client. So this is about creating the trust. Then only client will start communication with you. This is the number one thing I would emphasize on in this industry. Next is the SaaS startup. Like over here, tracking like key performance indicators like cost of acquiring the customer, the churn rate, the burn rate. This is important. Like creating those reports is important. So you need to have the customized reports for the client periodically generated from the accounting software, right? The next is the consultancy firm. So it can be, client wise tracking of the timing of the staff. So you have some tracking of the time application, which uh, you know which is added to the time is added to the client's billing automatically. So these are all the different scenarios which we might have, and you need to propose those solutions and approach to the client. They might, like consultancy firm might have the billable expense, whatever expense they might incur, they need to bill to the client. So all these things might happen in that. So someone has multi-location stores or restaurants which they need to track the bookkeeping, right? So it may be inter-branch transfers and a lot of things happening on those industries. So friends, the thing is, you need to have a customized approach based on the client which you are offering your services. You just can't say a standard sentence that we are a CA firm having 10 plus years of experience, we have done so much audits and etc etc. Although you can mention those, but first try to give some customized proposal and then introduce yourself. It will be more believable, the client will believe you rather than just saying your introductory remarks, right? So coming to the proposal writing secrets, in any of the channels which we discussed, if you customize your outreach effort according to what we are going to see in this slide, it will give you the result for sure. First is, try to address clients' pain points. That is the most important aspect. Uh, Second is, demonstrating your solution with the stories. Like rather than having the standard sentence like I'm a chartered accountant, you can write like, being a chartered accountant, I am good at doing a bank reconciliation, or whatever is the job in question, right? So create some stories around your experience, your credentials. It will give more result. Also, as I told you, try to achieve automation, propose some process improvements to the clients. It will give you more results, right? So avoid putting irrelevant experience. If you don't have experience, you can just say that I don't have experience, but having used so many softwares already, I can quickly learn this new software which you are using, and we can offer good services to you, right? So submit proposals only on projects you can really perform. you know there will be always a on the job training, there is no doubt about it. Like, you can learn something on the job while performing the job, but uh, it has some limitation, right? Like, you cannot develop a QuickBooks application for the client because you don't have the skills or the programming skills for that. But you can offer QuickBooks bookkeeping for sure. So try to limit yourself with the things you can actually perform, because later on you have to perform it. Just mentioning that you can do it will not give you any result, because at the end of the day you have to perform that task. So try to avoid those things. So next is, like, successful service delivery secrets. So like, once you have been awarded the project by the client, overseas client to you, what you can do, basic thing you can do to make sure the client is happy at the end, because that is the key to future success. You can build upon one client to many clients by reference or by testimonials. So always don't hesitate to ask questions. What we have observed, like, in like, whenever we find some technical difficulties or some question is there, we try to stop working on that assignment. It's not the way. You have to you have to take initiate action. You have to ask questions, you need to find solutions. You can take help from the forums. Whatever that needs to be done has to be done. You can't stop work or progress on that particular project, right? So you can feel free to take time understanding business process, the software or tools the client is using. Client doesn't expect you to perform from the first day. It takes time, and client is ready to invest in you if you are the right consultant or advisor. So always, like, if I give my example, when I started for, like, in 2012, I started for accounting for a hedge fund in Czech Republic. So I took 1.5 months to understand the workflow of the client, the software he is using, because I was using earlier a Geneva software in my job at a hedge fund outsourcing company. So I was not aware about the client software. So you can take time, you can bill it, or it's up to you and the client how you deal with the investment of the learning process. So give regular updates, it is most important. Like in India, what we do for clients is, unless and until the client is following up you for any task, we don't start working on that particular project, because we are having already a very heavy workload, right? So that doesn't work, because the trust is the key thing here. We are sitting remotely apart from each other. The client is sitting remotely in another country. The only thing is, like he having doubts about like how the project is going on. Like has he has some personal problems or stuck in other work, or what is happening, like if you don't give updates, it will be very, like you can say uh, not happy moment for the client. Even if you there is no progress on the project, like if with my client, if I didn't perform a task which I'm supposed to perform in the 24 hours, next 24 hours, there might be some difficulty at my end. If I just convey it that I have not done it, I will do it in next 12 hours and update you. That is much more appreciated, So always give regular updates to the client. So you can, open testimonials from the happy clients. It will You can post it on LinkedIn, or you can create some videos and post it on your website. It will be the key for you to get more clients in the future, get referrals in the future, right? So this is the thing you can consider while providing services to the outsourcing client. So as we have been told, like this is the last slide I have, like question and answer we will be covering in the next in the last, but you can note down my contact details. If you have any question, you can always contact me. Just like Arpit said, I will be looking for, you guys having more dollar revenues than Indian revenues as displayed in this slide, and it should skyrocket soon as per our committee initiative. So all the best to you guys. Thank you once again for inviting me to share my experience in this session, and all the best to all the attendees. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhavalji. Thank you very much. I appreciate your professionalism and practical knowledge on outsourcing business. It was an excellent session, and I believe it will motivate many of us to work in global market in accounting field. Dhavalji has rightly mentioned about outreach channels to get the work, and the most important thing he has mentioned about the successful service delivery secrets. Until and unless we provide successful delivery of the work undertaken by us, the foreign client will not give us more references. We need to be precise, we need to be competent, we need to be very right in delivery of work. Otherwise, it will destroy your market. We should be very much professional while dealing with the foreign clients. Even in the Indian domain, when we deliver to our clients good quality work, we get good references, and the same is the case in the international system. I thank you very much, Dhavalji, for your wonderful session. Members, we have around 3,000 members on board with us right now, and thank you very much for the committee for development of international trade and services, that so many people, so many members and chartered accountants are interested in this field right now. Many of them must be our young members, because they are looking forward to get good work in the outsourcing business in global level. Now, moving forward, I would like to take up questions raised by our members through this session. So, few of the members have a query that what are the legal recourse if they go into the global arena for their projections in accounting outsourcing, do they need to go through some restrictions like in code of ethics? We cannot advertise our profession. Do there is any restriction or do any legal formalities to do complete for getting into this market? I think Dhavalji is into this particular business, so I would ask Dhavalji to please answer this.
Yeah, see, this is the number one question we usually get. So it's really important. As rightly said, we cannot advertise we cannot advertise as per our code of ethics for sure. But no one can stop you from posting your opinions on social media or writing some information article on your blog or any of the outreach channels which I suggested you. It's not against code of ethics, although there are other two faculties as well. You yourself can guide on, like, if it requires any further approval or some you know uh, 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 requirements that might be fulfilled. But as for me, whatever outreach channels I have suggested doesn't violate any code of ethics of ICI.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Also adding to what Dhavalji said, the last or I would say the most primitive way of doing this is going and having a meeting with some of the companies that you know are in the business or need help. So if you've got in touch with someone through the social media and you can plan, let's say 5 or 6 meetings in one place, I think you should do it. That is something that I have done in the past. Different countries, taken up appointments with 10 companies, went there, met them, said, okay, this is what we're doing. And if you need any help, we're always there. So that kind of requirement assessment and, going and asking the clients, what do they need? If they have come out to you with a specific query that we need help on this, it's always good to go sit across the table and discuss with them how we can help them.
Thank you, RPG. I think this would answer the query. And moving forward, there is one particular question from our member that he has taken a few projects through Upwork, a platform from where the chartered accountants can get work in the online media. But most of the proposals are either closed or declined. Other than Upwork, is there a way to develop outsourcing practice? Can we get in contact directly with a CPA firm? Arpit or Dhavalji, anyone?
Dhavalji, please go ahead. Then I'll follow you.
Yes, sure. So as I told you, there are ample of ways, as whatever outreach channels I have given, like forums or a PR activity or, your own content or social media outreach. See, there is one particular thing about that channel. Like, for example, if you create an informational video on YouTube, there is a strategy you should follow. There is a platform specific thing you should follow while creating content or outreach efforts, right? One thing is that. Second, as I told you already, is the having the right approach. You cannot just say in your profile that I am a chartered accountant. That is required, no doubt about it. But the second most important part is, have some case studies. For example, if you have done some work for real estate client, or try to demonstrate it through a case study, like what was the problem, how you solved it. So also in forums, if you can just give your opinion, also showcase some case studies of your past clients, so it will generate leads for you. So the opportunities channels are ample. You need the right strategy, like in each of the channels which I have discussed, I already have experimented. See, someone says LinkedIn don't work, but I have already tried to whenever there is a requirement by some startup posted through like overseas client, I try to outreach them, give some solutions to them, and it will give you result for sure. I'm not saying result will be 100%. It can be 7%, 10%, but that is a good, if you like, a big client would come eventually for sure. One thing. Second, like as I told you, the PR activity, like in when UAE has introduced the VAT, I have written an article for a startup who is having a Zomato like application for a table booking. So they published their article on their blog because they found it helpful for their businesses, whom they are giving the services. And accordingly the lead will come, like they will mention you as the storyteller or the author of the blog. And it is like in this unstructured market, you cannot say that like if I give, like it's an unstructured way of getting the work, right? So you cannot expect n number of result by putting n number of efforts. It will be coming for sure, but you have to have the right approach and you have to be consistent. That is the key to success. Yeah, RPG, you can continue.
I think you covered everything. But just one more thing I would like to add, and Anjani sir pointed it out really well. You must always keep networking. As long as you're networking, whether it is through WhatsApp, through our international members portal, through anything, LinkedIn, whatever way you get, you must network, and that is the only way you can get business. Like Dhaval Bhai said, if you are able to publish something, that will be really good. If you're not able to publish something, provide your opinion on LinkedIn. I'm sure there is someone who needs that help. They will reach out to you. It is a 1 on 1000 ratio. You publish 1000 articles or give 1000 comments and you receive one lead, or at least convert one lead. So I think just be consistent and just keep networking. I guess that's the way forward.
Thank you, Arpitji. Thank you, Dhavalji. Adding to this answer to this particular question, I would like to tell the members that the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India has published a book on account process outsourcing 2 years back. That is a very informative book. I'm just having that book with me. I'll show you the cover page. This is the book I think everyone can see. You can have this book from the Institute's distribution portal of books. And on the 185th page, the particular question that our member has asked, other than Upwork, what other portals are available to get work? He has not got recognition from Upwork. There are 8 to 10 portals which are providing APO services. I am just naming them. This is Upwork, Freelancer, TrueLancer, Guru, Fiverr, Propelled Head, Outsourcery. These are 8 portals which are providing work to the members. But one more thing I want to add, that we should not be hostile when we apply for the work on these portals. We should be competent enough and we should apply for those contracts which we can complete properly. There is a specific question for Dhavalji. Can you please guide how can one learn to use QuickBooks? Should a course be taken up? If yes, please suggest the recommended courses.
Yeah, of course. See, QuickBooks has its own Pro Advisor program. They provide free training and free certification. It's completely online and completely free. So you can just go to the US website of QuickBooks and you can register for that as an accountant. So it's called QuickBooks Pro Advisor. You can go for that.
Okay. Thank you very much. If it is free, it is free for all. Thank you. Everybody can approach the website of QuickBooks, I think, to get the pre-hand knowledge of this. And a lot of members on the portal are asking about the book I have mentioned that is published by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. I would like to tell all the members, this is the title of the book is Account Process Outsourcing, an Insight on Major Economies. This book is published by the Committee for Development of International Trade Services and WTO in 2020. And there is a revised edition of this book available for 2021. And when you go to the committee for on the Institute's website at the committee's portal, you will get a link of this book. This book is also available free of cost on that link. I would ask the secretary of the ICAI to share the link of the book with the members. I can show you again the copy of this book, the front page of this book. This is Accounting Process Outsourcing, an Insight on Major Economies. Going forward, sir, I have few more questions. Sir, there is a specific question. Which are the most commonly used software for accounting? Then one needs to skill up on in terms of outsourcing accounting services.
Yes. So, as we have already discussed, QuickBooks, which is mainly used in USA, but now it's used across, small firms by Europe and Australian clients as well. Then there is a Xero, Xero, Xero software. Then there are many others, Zoho Books, FreshBooks, and many others. But we need to focus on, like major like QuickBooks and Xero maybe, or even Zoho. That will cover most of the clients for you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. There is another question. Can we bring outsourcing clients by creating our own site with proper search engine optimization and digital marketing rather than using other job posting sites?
Yes. See, sorry, Arpit, I will. Okay, I will try to. Okay. So yes, of course, you can do it. It's possible. The only thing you need to do is, try to write blog articles or your web pages according to the requirement of the client in the area you are targeting. Like in USA, we will be seeing a lot of real estate clients or e-commerce client or startups or SaaS businesses. So try to address their, like from the forums you can find many burning problems like in QuickBooks or in these specific industries. Try to write good articles on your website, and then again other aspect also there for website, like you need to have the HTTPS, you need to have good hosting. Those are channel specific things which some IT consultancy firm can help you. But what I can help you is in the approach you need to follow. So if you follow that approach, I can tell you that definitely it will work. One thing you can have is like have the contact form on the each of the blog article you have a good call to action. Like call to action is number one important. Whatever you write in any of the channel, be it a forum, be it your blog, write a call to action at the end of the article or your question or your proposal. It will give a client to initiate. If you don't tell the client that email me if you have any further questions or call me at on this number or contact me on this Skype handle, the client will be more inclined, the ratio will improve. The call to action is important, and the right article content is important. Yeah, RPG.
Rightly said, Dhavalji. Just one more addition to this. I would say again, as Anjani sir mentioned, that having a local presence does matter, whether regulated or mandated or not. In addition to that, if you have a local presence, that presence can definitely help you get through to the right person. Because if you're not in US or Europe or Canada, and you have a local contact point there, so to add to what Dhavalji said, if you have a Canadian number or a US number attached to that form and it gets rerouted even to India, it still makes a lot of sense for people to trust you that, oh, they have some local presence, let me get in touch with them. So it is possible that that number gets rerouted to India and at 12 in midnight you are answering the call, but it still makes for a good client call. So always follow, have a local presence. That's going to be the most powerful thing that a client will see. They can call you in their time zone and not wait for your email and then going back in the email.
Yes, totally agree with Arpit ji, and I would add that you can get a Skype number very cheap. From Skype, you can get any country number like USA or Europe or Australia from Skype, and have it on your website or any outline, like any outreach effort you are doing. You can include that Skype number. It's just like the local number in USA or Australia, but it will route it to your Skype application in mobile or PC. So that will be helpful.
Dhavalji, in addition to this, there is another question regarding QuickBooks Pro Advisor course. They require USA telephone number. Is there any way we can complete it by Indian phone number?
Yeah, just as I told you, like you can buy one from Skype. It's very cheap. Like you need to invest some, like I totally, understand that we need to get it everything almost at low cost or no cost. But if you can invest few, dollars, you can get a USA number from Skype, and it will help you to register in those websites.
Thank you, sir. I think we have covered most of the questions. And the last question I am getting on my portal is that from the members that would they get the recording of this session? Yes, it is available. It is available on YouTube as well as on Institute's TV channel, ICAI TV, as well as on YouTube. You can have access of this recording anytime, members. And one more thing I want to deliberate again with you what our committee chairman, CA Dheeraj Khandelwal ji, told us in the beginning, that the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India is planning for members a service exchange portal through this committee, which will help the young members as well as all the members in getting the foreign clients, wherein ICAI would act as a facilitator. This is not a short, it would not be giving you work through this portal. They will be facilitating the work from the foreign clients, and they are working on it, and it would be very soon launched by the committee. And at the end, I would like to say that our Vardi CC members, Dheeraj Khandelwal ji and Rohit Agarwal ji is not available now, and on behalf of them, I would like to propose a vote of thanks and thank all the three session presenters, CA Arpit Bhargav ji, CA Dhaval Paun ji, and CA Anjani Ladia ji. You have taken out your precious time from your busy schedule. On behalf of ICAI and on behalf of the Committee for Development of International Trade, thank you. This was a very, very wonderful session. I think with 3,000 more members on board, a lot of our members would be trying and getting the work in the digital system, in the outsourcing globally through this knowledgeable session. And thank you very much, sir. Thank you. And I would request the ICAI to please close the session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Take care.